Welcome, Taurus, to your Clash of the Malefics 28-year cycle deep dive video across the 19th and 20th of April, depending on where you live. Mars, the planet of action, meets in an exact conjunction Saturn, the planet of limitation, in the sign of Aries, which for you is your 12th solar house. In traditional astrology, Saturn is said to be linked to misfortune, Mars, war and aggression. But in the sign of Aries, Saturn is also additionally in its fall. It can be a very challenging influence, this conjunction, but I'm going to help you to navigate it. I'm also going to give you the opportunity to download your workbook to do so, which tells you all about the mythology, the astronomy, the astrology, but also the deeper planetary influences. By the end of the video, you'll have a clearer understanding of what's upcoming for you in terms of energy, work, relationships, and finance. I'm astrologer Patrick Arundel. A very warm welcome. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so now to help it to continue to thrive. Please also click or tap the bell notification symbol. If we go back to 1998, that was the last time that Mars and Saturn were conjunct in Aries. Fast forwards these 28 years, but some of the things that were in that natal chart are still echoed in the current one. On the screen is your event chart, and this is for this year. And you can see that Mercury, the planet of communication, is almost exactly conjunct Mars and Saturn. Now, Mercury in the sign of Aries gives us passion, enthusiasm. We want to punch across our ideas, but it's in the 12th house for you, which has a much more psychological dimension. Mars, the ruler of the sign of Aries in the 12th house, can also be a very tender placement for him too. And then Saturn, in its detriment, it's in its fall in the sign of Aries, is very much more about outcomes and consequences, not the urgency that the sign of Aries very much appreciates, that desire for instant action and initiation. So all of that can create a lot of tension. Now, if we go back briefly to 1998, Mercury's in the mix there, not quite so tight, but it was in a retrograde. But we also have the moon, like this year, in Gemini, and the nodal axis is across the same two signs, Virgo and Pisces. It's just that then they were reversed because it was a reverse nodal interlude. That happens halfway through the cycle of the 18.6 year nodal return. So back to this year, what is going on now in the world, which was going on then? Well, the USSR, now known as the Russian Federation, was going through a complete financial meltdown. And I feel that's very likely to be happening again now. Also, Eastern stock markets were very unstable at that time. And with all the events going on in the Gulf at the moment, we are seeing a lot of volatility on pricing, on oil, on gas, but of course, in terms of general business confidence. Now, I'm going to take a wider lens on this overall chart, but just let's think about the archetype of this for you, because the 12th house is where you've just had that new moon, Taurus, and it's a new moon which was really encouraging you to get in touch with your shadow side, your fears, your anxieties, but not to judge them, and to embrace the concept of healing in all its many different guises, whether it's physical or emotional. But Saturn is going to be in this area for the next 2 years. And Saturn in the 12th house can bring potentially some greater understanding of maybe our limitations, of past hurts, separations, and upsets. But I think the combination between the two on this event is going to see your emotions feel quite volatile if you have experienced some injustices. And that's why the workbook can really help you to navigate this as successfully as possible. But there is some positive potential with this aspect. It can give people who have it natally fantastic sticking power. It gives them an endurance and ability to overcome even the harshest of conditions. So therefore, it's very much to do with resilience. And if you're going through a situation at the moment that does feel overwhelming and challenging, have utter belief that you can break through. Now, in terms of the positives of this particular event chart, there is a great link between the moon in Gemini, like 1998, and Pluto. If you are talking behind the scenes around your professional situation, even if you're going through some kind of separation around one strand, there is something new and fresh that could be coming, and it could come towards the end of this month, particularly as far as your finances are concerned. As far as your personal dynamism and attractiveness, with Venus, your ruler, in a sparkling alliance with Uranus, don't underestimate, whatever your circumstances, how quickly things can change. Now, I'm going to summarize those four areas for you again shortly, but just to say, if you'd like to order your personal horoscopes, I've reduced the price so you can order one now but get three. So it's three for the price of one. I've done this because I know people are feeling the pinch, but also I'm genuinely enthusiastic about sharing how astrology can help people understand their life journey that much better. So the life roadmap, which you pay for, will help you to gain insights to that. But the 12 months transits and the draconic analysis, very much to do with your soul purpose, they're totally free. Please see below for more. Now, if you've yet to watch your Aries new moon video, that's on the screen now. Your Uranus 84-year cycle video on the screen now. If you'd like to work with me directly, please see my testimonials below. If you've yet to sign up for your free daily horoscope fired to your device each morning, please see the link below for that too. Get your celestial pit stop early each day. Now, to download that workbook, that Mars Saturn conjunction workbook, please see the link below for that. Now, to summarize, as far as your energy is concerned, I think if you are going through something at the moment which is rather delicate, there is a relationship that's struggling somewhat, or there has been a complete separation, or at work, you're finding the atmosphere rather challenging. Do know that combination of Mars and Saturn, although it can bring to the surface a lot of desire to almost release the frustration you have, if you can keep your sense of balance, the sun is just about to move into your sign, so it's right on the cusp. So know that you can get through this, but it is going to be important to get support if you feel you need it. And if that tends to be lacking a little bit in your situation, maybe that's also acknowledging that you can be vulnerable by reaching out to get that help. Now, as far as your professional situation is concerned, if you do work in a big organization behind the scenes or anything to do with healing, this actually can be a very dynamic time where your energy and desire to assist others can definitely be expanded. And with Pluto at the top of your chart in a very powerful link to this trio, if there's something you truly want, even if it's not fully manifesting at the present time, at the end of the next month, I think you're going to be feeling much more positive about how things are developing. As far as that romantic situation is concerned, this combination here can give you a great deal of allure. So Venus conjunct Uranus. But if you do decide to give yourself a completely fresh makeover, why not? It could be just the boost you need. And with Jupiter, the planet of fortune, still working its way through the chatty, interactive third house, right through to the end of June, when it comes to your professional situation or work, if you are attending interviews, sharing information, you're needing to influence anyone, I think a blend of your unique charm, but also your ideas, but maintaining your sense of confidence is really important to you. That's been lovely of you to spend time with me. Thank you so much, Taurus. I've been told not to say goodbye, so I'm trying to think what I need to say. So long for now. Take care.